I'm pretty sure all of us are spending most of our time checking in on all the new releases for Watches and Wonders 2025, but I thought I'd give you a break. I've seen videos similar to this on Watch YouTube, and I've always wanted to give it a legitimate try. I think this is a practical concept to actually put into practice and something that can help shape your perspective when it comes to collecting, because it's honestly helped reshape mine. Most of us are here chasing grails. I'm in my grail chasing era as well, not gonna lie, but grail chasing can be limiting as far as brand variety. Not to generalize, but I'd say most of us have grails that either come from Switzerland, Japan, or Germany. For those that don't know, I'd say these are the three countries that are most known for watchmaking. For the first time in my collecting journey, I have more Swiss watches than Japanese watches. This is really unexpected and a ratio I thought would never happen. I'm not mad, I just always thought my collection would always lean heavily Seiko. It's these unexpected twists that keep things exciting and always bring your frame of mind back to the drawing board. For example, if I never bought the Black Bay, which watch or watches could I have gotten instead? Was the tag the best choice for my Grail chrono? Did I rush to buy my Grand Seiko on my Tokyo trip in 2023? All of these thoughts actually run through my head when I fall into moments of auditing. I romanticize the thought of starting over, a clean slate where everything feels brand new and I didn't make the mistakes I made when I first started collecting. Knowledge is only cemented with experience, and making mistakes is all part of the journey. I accept the flaws and the L's I took while collecting, and at the end of it all, this whole journey is supposed to be all in good fun, and the truth is, you kind of get numb to the pain of losing a few $100s here and there when watches don't work out. It sounds kind of crazy, but that's the truth. What can I say? I love the microbrand space in watchmaking. Even with Watches and Wonders going on right now, I feel more invigorated when I see a fresh release from a micro versus when seeing new releases from larger brands. I feel a lot of empathy for smaller companies because I, too, am a smaller company myself. The challenges of bringing a product to market seems gut-wrenching to me. I sometimes feel insecure sharing my photography on Instagram. I can't even imagine what it feels like to work on something for 6 months and then release it to the public, only to be bitched at by some randos talking about what case diameter they wish the watch came in and why the bracelet should have on-the-fly micro adjust. It truly is an exciting time for watches, and I'd argue we're in the best time. Larger brands are constantly pushing the envelope with new releases, and micro brands are pushing new ideas and pumping value into the hobby. For my clean slate, back to square one, 3-watch micro brand collection, I broke it down to 3 categories. 1 everyday carry tool watch piece, 1 conversation casual piece, and 1 dress watch piece. One rule I made is the 3 watch companies must be based in countries that's not Switzerland, Japan, and Germany. So, after lots of deliberating, lots of back and forth, and some research, even considering resale value in the event I plan to flip the watches later on, this is my 3. For my everyday carry tool watch pick, I went to Italy and chose the Unimatic UT4 GMT. I've been looking at Unimatic ever since I started my collecting journey, and they've always been on my radar. I feel like with their function over form design style and tool watch centric ethos, Unimatic fits within that Panerai stream of consciousness and inadvertently celebrates traditional Italian tool watchmaking. My only other field watch is the Alpinist, and I'm excited to see how the GMT works on this watch. 2 things I'm excited to report back on is how good and how effective is the GMT complication, and will I get tired of this Bauhaus-esque minimalist dial? For my conversation/casual piece, I stayed here in the US and chose the Laurier Olympia chronograph. I've been a fan of Laurier since the beginning, and I partly blame my homie Lane from All the Time Mods for influencing this decision. Out the gate, I love this watch. It's very impressive as soon as you take it out of the box. My channel is the futuristic vintage, and my goal is to always try to live a neo-vintage lifestyle. Lots of my fashion, creative perspective, and overall ethos comes from this mindset. I am very excited to have this watch, and I'm most excited to report back on how this watch compares to my recently acquired Tag Heuer Carrera. For my dress watch, I went to my motherland, South Korea, and chose the Pittsman 1. Dubbed the Korean Grand Seiko by other reviewers and enthusiasts, Pittsman is one of the leaders in bringing watchmaking to South Korea. I love all their designs. There's definitely a biased sense of pride seeing Pittsman out in the wild, but I think they have a great thing going. And there hasn't been a release that I've disagreed with yet. Easily one of the best unboxing experiences in my collecting journey so far. I was very intentional with my choices. I went with white dials for both the more dressy casual watches. The Laurier could be dressed up in a suit and the Pittsman one could be dressed down more casual. My work watch, I went with a high contrast matte black dial to reduce glare and maximize legibility for when I'm on set or on location for work. I wanted one GMT complication in the event I do end up traveling to another time zone for work, and I appreciate that my tool watch is quartz. After not having a quartz watch in my collection for a while, I did miss having something I could just pick up that's always ready to go. White dials are universal and pretty much go with everything. They pop in the light and always look clean when done right. So altogether for this watch collection, I spent after tax and shipping a grand total of $2,446.57. For context, this is less than half the cost of my Black Bay and around half of what I paid for my Tag Heuer. It'll be interesting to see how all this plays out over the next month or so. I will be doing individual reviews of each of these watches and one comparison video between the Laurier and the Tag. If you want to stay tapped in, please like and sub and continue to follow me on this journey. As always, I appreciate the support and the viewership. Do you have a 3-watch collection from microbrands that you would want to add to the list? Please let me know in the comments below. Would love to hear your thoughts. And I think that's it. Again, thank you for stopping by and keep it chill. To the next episode. Peace.